turn this into something positive and maybe it'll spread.
He's the most positive person on his job. Now you're cured.
I feel good.
Good morning and welcome to Positively Milwaukee. Oprah Winfrey just gave Milwaukee a giant virtual hug. Her COVID Relief Foundation is donating $12 million to underserved populations all over the country. And as part of her generosity, Oprah donated $100,000 to 2 Milwaukee agencies. In an exclusive interview, I talked to the media legend about her gift, her life in quarantine, and her reflections on lessons learned.
Both of the places that you did that you're giving the money to, St. A and Nia Imani, I did Positively Milwaukee's own.
So Nia Imani has remained in my heart. It's not my first donation to Nia Imani, but I just, I call them up during this time and say, tell me what you need. And, they told me less than I even gave. I was like, wow, y'all don't need a whole lot. I literally called and said, tell me what you need. I had my foundation folks call up there and say, tell us what the women need, what the babies need, what you all need to get through this time. I was so impressed with what that organization has been able to do for inner city women who are trying to get back on their feet. So I'm telling you, these organizations that I have given to in Milwaukee are reputable. Not only are they reputable, but they are bringing the service where it's most needed in the community. These come vetted with the understanding that they are there to serve, and what they do goes directly into the community.
That mental health is so important, that counseling, and we can't stop that, and especially we've seen in Milwaukee an increase of domestic abuse.
I knew that was going to happen, Carole. I knew that 2 things were going to happen with this. First of all, you're going to have more babies when you come out of here. 9 months from now, hospitals are going to be filled. And you're going to have more divorces because people are going to recognize during this time that the person that I have been with for 2 months is not the person I want to be with for the rest of my life. And now's the time to change that. Also, you're going to have an increase in domestic violence. You're going to have an increase in violence against children. You're going to have an increase in sexual abuse and sexual assault because those children have no way of reporting it and no way of being seen by other people who can see that they've been harmed. I have 2 of my girls who I've known since they were 12, who grew up in South Africa and went to my school there and went to school here, college in the United States. And they have made it delightful. We have family meetings. We're now working on a puzzle together, which I'm not very good at. We do movies every night. Stedman went to sleep on last night's movie, but we've made the best of the situation. I haven't had any worries because I accepted immediately, and a lot of people didn't accept. They grieved what they didn't have.
Right.
They were grieving what I wish I could do, and I wish I could do that, and I wish I could do that, and I wish I could do that. I stopped the wishing because this is what it is.
Are you planning to come back soon, Oprah, to Pat's Ribs Place?
No, I'm not. I talked to my niece, Alicia, who runs Pat's Ribs Place, and I think they're doing a good job there. And was coaching her through the whole thing. I was saying, y'all are going to have to shut down. And if you're not going to shut down, you're certainly going to have to just be doing curbside service. So I think that, they have managed to move the tables farther apart. They've managed to keep their workers on, and we're serving people, curbside. But I have no plans to come back. Normally I come back for Thanksgiving.
Darn.
But
right.
I don't have any plans, Carole, to go anywhere for the remainder of this year. And I am really okay with that.
You mentioned your mom, Vernita. What would she say about your generosity through all of this?
I think she would be not surprised because I was always this kind of kid. Growing up in Mississippi and candy was hard to come by, I was one of those kids that I wouldn't eat my candy until someone else came along to share it. I wasn't a na, I got the candy. I would be like, ooh, this is good. Don't you want some? You want some? So I was that kind of kid. And I still am the kind of person for whom whatever I get, like I just made some chicken in the house and it was so good, I like walked around the house like somebody else is gonna have this chicken. I just can't, it's not as good if I just eat it myself.
Do you have a message for people in Wisconsin that might still not be taking this seriously?
There is also something spiritual happening. And I know that if we do not get the lesson now, it will come back in another form and it will be harder. For the people who are not taking it seriously, you don't take it serious now, you'll have another chance. You'll have another chance. I've had no personal pain about it. For my individual self, I've had no, because my great gift is being able to adjust to what is. I do not spend a lot of time just in my spiritual self worried about the thing that I cannot control. This is the thing for me, Carole. I came off the road. I had done a tour for WW. I had been in stadiums that were sold out. I met 135,000 people. I shook so many hands every weekend. I hugged, I kissed, I danced, I cried, So when the news started to be revealed that this pandemic, that the disease was moving across the country, I knew that the last weekend that I spent in Denver was going to be, I thought, if this tour was not ending, I would end it, because I no longer feel safe being out here in the world. I literally have not been out of my gates since March 11th. I just feel like we are all safer at home.
Well, Oprah, thank you so much.
Always a joy, always a joy.
Well, the money Oprah donated to St. A is going to provide 158 clients with virtual mental health services through telehealth. Oprah has no plans on leaving or going anywhere. She's staying in her home for as long as possible. Well, the giving theme continues now as we turn to a well-known voice in Brewers baseball. He's teaming up with local partners to make sure all Milwaukee Public School students have the technology they need to succeed.
Hi, this is Brian Anderson. During this global pandemic, I've been searching to get behind companies or individuals who are making a real impact in our communities. And recently I came across this Zoom chat. It's called Regency Fellowship Outreach. And so it's a collection of business leaders, church leaders, and community leaders that are all trying to deliver the same goal, and that is to deliver technology into the hands of school-age children, especially students in the Milwaukee public school system. Right now, these students are disconnected from their classmates, from their teachers. They don't have the kind of access to technology, many of them. So they're looking to change that, and that's definitely something I can get behind. They have all the systems in place. All they need is donations, so then they can start to make these purchases to start to deliver these Chromebooks to these children in need. I love this project. I endorse it 100%. I hope you are led to do the same.
We serve the central city of Milwaukee, and sometimes we see people that are really struggling and going through some real challenging times.
Helping Milwaukee survive and thrive through the pandemic.
We've not had anyone to partner with us on this magnitude. I think that it's an important thing that ministry is served this way, but your heart is so pure to serve those who are underserved and underprivileged.
We have a great deal of disparities when we start to talk about technology. Our school-age children, K4 through 8, who some have, access to internet, some have access to devices, and some don't. So we want to make sure that we can target our high schools as well. And that falls in line with the tech piece.
Like that is something we can get passionate about, like making sure every kid has a Chromebook and all this.
We're starting to see some psychological impact as well. And that's just due to lack of resources and lack of information. So we want to be able to help our children out and help our parents out at the same time.
This is going right to work. We've already talked to our school superintendent, and we're putting these dollars right to use. Not only do we appreciate it, but we pray for you and your business, that God will continue to bless you.
And I just pray that through partnerships like this, they don't just see the ability to learn, they see somebody who wants to invest in them and care about their life. Beyond the Chromebook, they see that there's intrinsic value in them because they were created by a loving God. And Father, I just thank you for the opportunity to partner with people. I think there's even bigger things happening here. I pray for it in Jesus' name. Amen.
So if you happen to be feeling inspired and you're able to help, visit the Regency Fellowship link that's on our Positively Milwaukee Facebook page. Now we're going to spotlight Kenosha County teenagers who are giving their time to children in need. Here's Adriana Mendez.
Books and first, yeah, obviously.
There are many things a 15-year-old kid could do with his free time.
This is the pencil case.
But for Thomas Connelly,
So like this one is second grade skills. So
he's spending his
writing, reading.
packing bags for kids who are less fortunate.
I mean, the quarantine's been pretty boring, so it keeps me busy other than having to do school.
With the help of his mother, Thomas started the Giving Bag, an organization that provides educational bags to children at the Boys and Girls Club in Kenosha. The bags are passed out during the Meals to Go program.
We're here to help, kids that are in low-income houses and give them the pride of joy during these times.
Each bag is filled with toiletries and educational toys for kids who might not have access to technology, Wi-Fi, or other learning items while school is out.
Yeah, when there's no school and school's optional, we're trying to give them something that they can, have fun with, but get something out of.
Thomas runs the nonprofit out of the Giving Bag headquarters, located in his parents' garage.
These are all notes that go to people that donated.
So far, they have provided 140 bags to kids in need.
Something that they can actually look forward to.
Thomas hopes the kids who receive a bag feel like someone is looking out for them during these difficult times.
This is a way that we're helping people out, and other people have their own ways, and this just happens to be ours.
And it's a very nice one. Thank you, Adriana. And you can buy a bag to donate for $10 or $25. We have all the information on our Positively Milwaukee Facebook page. A local DJ knows the pain of losing someone to suicide. Up next, how he's turning his grief into helping others struggling with mental health. Welcome back. This is Mental Health Awareness Month, and a local DJ is on a quest to save lives. I talked to Andy Riggs about the importance of paying attention to our emotional well-being.
Well, Andy Riggs, thank you so much for being with us this morning on Positively Milwaukee.
Thanks for having me, Carol. I love positivity and I love Milwaukee. Two great things.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's a good thing. And, you are doing something actually to help people. You're a popular morning DJ on KISS FM. But more importantly, you're also doing something to help people navigate through mental health issues. This is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Absolutely.
Andy, can you tell me about the foundation that you're working with right now?
I'm the co-chair of the board for the Wisconsin chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, AFSP for short. I know it's a long name. I got involved in 2017 when I lost my Uncle Rick to suicide. And about a year later, I lost two more very close friends to suicide as well. So that just reinforced the fact that it was a topic that needed to be discussed. And mental health really impacts everybody. And especially now more than ever, we're in a situation where we're being taxed mentally, and I feel like it's very important to be mindful of our own mental health, especially during these, I call them, unique times.
Yeah, everybody has a name.
Yes.
It's either challenging, unique, but it is important. And Andy, I was reading that calls to suicide helplines have actually increased more than 100%. And that's scary during this time. What advice can you give people that you have learned by working in this foundation?
It's always important to reach out for help. I mean, that is scary that the numbers have increased, but it's also it's promising because people are reaching out for help. And that's the most important thing, is to know that you're not alone in this situation. We're all going through this together. There's nobody that I'm talking to, that we're talking to right now, that isn't impacted by the pandemic. So everybody needs to stay connected, stay in touch, do FaceTime calls, reach out with text messages, phone calls. Stay connected as much as you can and check in, and know that just a simple question, are you okay, how are you doing, can really go a long way with some people.
That's very true. And a lot of people are isolated, Andy, and they really don't have anyone to talk to. And sometimes it's only these helplines that they really have, or maybe strangers. Any advice for those people who really might feel totally alone and lonely, and maybe they think they don't have anybody at all?
Well, you need to worry about the things that you can control. Try to create kind of a habit for yourself and a routine for yourself. Do something that's positive for you. It's your own self-care. Find a hobby. Maybe it's a book that you want to read. It could be writing a poetry. It could be playing the guitar. It could be drawing pictures. Find something that makes you feel good, that you find, rewarding and beneficial. Something maybe that you used to do from your childhood. Something that takes your mind to another place, to a happier place. try to focus on that and try to create a routine and do positive things for yourself. Self-care is so important.
And it's something that is very mindful. A lot of people don't realize that you can actually change your state of mind if you work on it, but it doesn't just happen.
It doesn't.
It's not just easy.
It's worrying about the things that you yourself can control. You can control how much you watch, social media. You can control when you wake up. You can control what you eat. You can control your diet, how much you exercise. Worry about those things that you personally can control, and your feelings and your emotions are definitely part of that. Worrying about the outside world, things you can't control, just creates unnecessary stress and anxiety.
Well, Andy Riggs, co-chair of the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention Wisconsin chapter, we appreciate you being with us this morning. You've given us some good advice. Think about what you can control, not what you can't.
Carole, thank you so much for doing this. It's wonderful that you're focusing on mental health, and I enjoy your Positively Milwaukee features. It's great.
Oh, bless you. Bless you very much. Thank you, Andy.
In the darkness, hope can bring light, and that's why we want to share with you reasons to smile. Like these two friends, Leo Navarro and Sunny Wynn. They've been best friends since middle school. Well, they're going to graduate with top honors from Carmen School of Science and Technology Northwest Campus. For college, both received full rides to the University of Iowa. These first-generation students will even be dorm mates, so congratulations to you. In a touching tribute, all Advocate Aurora hospitals are holding a moment of silence and lighting their buildings in blue every night. This is all to honor healthcare workers and the lives lost during the pandemic. A River West furniture factory is giving us another reason to smile. Laloon Collections has gone from making furniture to face shields. This factory can make upwards of 500 shields a day. And the results are in. We Energies held a naming contest for the Peregrine Falcon chickens hatched at their buildings. In first place, we have Cream Puff, perfect name, in honor of State Fair, of course. Then there's Bubbler, pretty good too, Kringle, Scoop, and Brandy. They're all very creative and sound very Wisconsin. More reasons to smile ahead. We're going to hear from a Brewers player who's getting to know his newly adopted children. And James Grow puts 2 feet on the ground to find out how one local business is thriving during the pandemic. Brewers infield Eric Sogard and his wife Casey are on a mission of love. Their family planning includes adoption. Lance Allen has that story.
Having to help Layla and Pryor.
Helping Layla and Pryor, yeah.
But yeah, it seemed like crazy timing, but adoption had always kind of been a plan of ours if we were able to do so.
And that's how Brewers infielder Eric Sogard and wife Casey decided after having 3 kids, they needed to adopt 2 more.
They were like, oh, another baby. Like, this is perfect. Like, you just had Pryor and now we have Layla. And It really was not anything out of the ordinary to them whatsoever.
Now they have 5 children, 6 and under.
4 of them preschoolers. Do you have a higher pain tolerance than almost any couple in America?
It certainly helped our pain tolerance, that's for sure. Absolutely.
But adopting little Rye right before spring training shutdown means the blessing is more family time.
This is probably a lot harder for the single players that don't have families. For us, obviously, Eric misses baseball. We miss seeing him play, but we're really enjoying this time together as a family that we would otherwise not have had.
Doesn't matter if you hit 2 home runs or struck out 4 times, you come home with the kids yelling, "Daddy, Daddy," and you have an automatic smile on your face. And so that's been truly a blessing for me, absolutely. And I think it's helped me on the field.
You can be honest with me. Are you just about to the point where you kind of need him out of the house and playing a little bit?
I think it's not so much him, but I think we're all kind of ready for a change. We haven't stayed in our home or anywhere for this long ever.
Wow.
So we've been together 13, 14 years, and we've never been in one place this long. So I think I'm kind of like itching to get out and like have a little change of scenery, I guess.
And we hope so too.
Well, thank you, Lance. Congratulations on the growing family. Love to see that. A Lake Geneva business is having one of its best years yet. We sent digital reporter James Grow on a safari to find out how.
Many businesses have been negatively impacted by the coronavirus, but not Safari Lake Geneva. In fact, the owner says business is better than ever.
It's accurate to say we've seen a massive increase in traffic, order of magnitude greater, in fact, 10 times greater.
Since the wildlife preserve opened May 1st, owner Jungle Jay says he's done more sales this year compared to the same time last year. It's not just because you can get so up close and personal with these animals. Homie's trying to eat the TMJ4 car.
It really is perfect as it relates to this social distancing paradigm that we're living within.
Owner Jungle Jay says that's because it's in the nature of this safari.
Because, of course, they're enjoying the entire experience from the comfort and safety of their own vehicle. That we're one of very few places that people can enjoy, whether they be coming from Illinois or Wisconsin, under these unique and uncertain circumstances.
They have had to make some changes, though. They only accept online reservations, no cash, plus they closed a walkthrough area because it didn't allow for proper social distancing, and they no longer have guided tours. Jungle Jay says these are the rules indefinitely, but if you want to learn more, you can go to their website, safarilakegeneva.com.
That looks quite thrilling. Thank you very much, James. Still ahead, words of inspiration and my quote of the week. Each week, I love to leave you with an inspirational quote, and this week's comes from Maya Angelou. She said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Powerful words. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great week. Stay safe and stay positively Milwaukee.